everyone. Hello. Good morning. All right. I'm going live on Instagram. I am live on Facebook and I am live on YouTube. Woohoo. It's working. I think it is anyway, but we're going to keep rolling. How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of Coffee and Entrepreneurship with Jody. I am Jody Marvin, also known as the Skills Monetizer, and I help naturally organized women build freelance virtual assistant empires that they love from the comfort of home. So I'm so excited to be here today because I have an amazing guest that is going to be with us. And you know what? It looks like my Facebook is acting up. So I'm going to try something here. And Laurie, I know you're backstage. I am going to try something. Please check Facebook to internet. Okay, if it continues for a while, try a new live stream or just remove this destination from the screen and then re-edit. So I am going to remove my Facebook group destination from the screen. I'm going to keep rolling because I am live on Instagram. I am live on YouTube. But you know what? I'm going to troubleshoot this now because I know there's a lot of you that have come into the group just to catch this live. So I'm going to fix this right now. All right. So, but as you're rolling in, say hello while I remove this stream. I'm going to remove you, Facebook group, for now. All right. And you know what? This is how we figure out tech issues. So you know what? Watch this magic. So I'm going to remove the collective. I am going to add it back. I am going to add the Facebook group back. I'm going to connect it. And we are going to keep rolling here, you guys. We're on. Very good. Connected. Perfect. Resume. Okay. Might not let me, Laurie. The collective. Ooh, there we go. Save. All right. I just fixed it, I think. We are live in the collective. And Laurie, you're still here. Yes, I think I just fixed it, you guys. So I'm 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the stream, and I had some technical difficulty with StreamYard connecting to the collective Facebook group, but we are fixed. I fixed it. Thank you so much for your patience with me as I'm fixing all these tech issues, and I'm going to start all over. So welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Coffee and Entrepreneurship with Jody. I am your host, Jody Marvin. I am an operations manager, and I also help naturally organized women build freelance businesses that they love as virtual assistants, building empires that they love from the comfort of home. So I see some people in here. Hello. I see you watching. I see some viewers from Instagram. I see that you're rolling in on the Facebook group, so that's all fixed. So welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. I see some comments rolling in. So exciting. Hello, Daryl from Ohio. Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad that I was able to fix the technical difficulties. But you know what? If you're rolling in right now, say hello. If you're catching the live, give me a hashtag live. Watching from Instagram and Facebook. Awesome. Yeah, I love it when technology works. And you know what? I'm glad that I figured out how to fix this without booting my special guest off of the backstage. So now I know that how to fix it, right? So okay, so if you're catching the replay, just give me a hashtag replay. And if you're new to my page or to know who I am, you don't know who I am, then give me a hashtag new because I'd love to reach out, say hello, get to know you a little bit better. All right. So before I introduce our amazing guest today, you guys, because today is going to be fire. And I see Sue Collins on Instagram. Hi, Sue. Great to have you here. So before I introduce our amazing guest today, I just want to share a little bit about why we chose today's topic, right? And the topic is really, it's putting you on your schedule, right? Because as women entrepreneurs, we often wear many hats and we often wear all of the hats, right? And, we're business owners, we're creatives, we're mothers, partners, friends, and the list goes on. It doesn't stop. And so, in the midst of juggling all of these roles, it's all too easy, really, just to put your own needs on the back burner, right? We just kind of ignore them and we come last a lot. But the truth is that self-care isn't just about pampering ourselves or just taking a break. It's really about sustaining, just kind of the very core of who we are and what we do. And good morning to you. I'm glad that you're coming in. Say hello. Where are you coming in from, guys? Tell me what neck of the woods that you're in. I'm in central New York here in my home office. All right. So self-care is really the foundation that allows us to show up as our best selves, right? It's not just in our businesses, but it's in every aspect of our lives. It's about nurturing our mental, our emotional, and our physical health so that we can think clearer, we can work smarter, we can create deeper connections. And, for us as women entrepreneurs, self-care becomes even more crucial. And it's not a luxury, right? It's a strategic part of our success. So when we take care of ourselves, we're more resilient, we're more creative, and we're more capable of handling the challenges that come with running a business, right? Because it's not easy, is it? Good morning to you. So excited to have found your niche. I'm so glad. Good. Awesome. And that's why I am thrilled to have Laurie Clark with us today. Laurie is not just a life coach. She is a guide who helps women navigate the path of self-care and personal growth. And she really understands the unique challenges that we face. And she offers practical, achievable strategies to really integrate self-care into our busy lives. And hello, watching from the Philippines. Well, hello from the Philippines. All right. So as we dive in today's conversation, I really encourage you to think about what self-care means to you, all right, and how you can make yourself a priority and how self-care can really become a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. And we're really going to dig in deep today. So I'm excited. So, all right, here we go. Let's introduce our amazing guest. So today, you guys, I'm thrilled to introduce a very special guest, Laurie Clark. Laurie's journey is an inspiring tale of transformation, resilience, and passion. Starting her career in the beauty industry as a hairdresser and sales professional, Laurie has really reinvented herself as a life coach and a holistic therapy practitioner. Say that 3 times fast. And she's continuously pushing the boundaries of personal growth. Now, her path has taken her from health coaching within an MLM to acquiring strategic intervention certification through RMT, and she'll explain that all to us, and training in neuro-linguistic programming. What the heck even is that? Guess what? You're going to find out. So Laurie's approach to life coaching is as unique as her background, skillfully combining mindset training with holistic therapies. How cool is that? And as a Reiki practitioner and a student of breathwork and ecotherapy, she's really dedicated to creating tailored transformation experiences for each individual. Now, Laurie's commitment to personal development and wellness extends way beyond her coaching. She has graced the cover of Healthy Housewives magazine, wow, showcasing her dedication to a balanced, healthy lifestyle. Laurie's adventurous spirit is evident in her undertaking challenges like the Tough Mudder, and she has even walked on hot coals at Tony Robbins conferences, really exemplifying her belief in pushing physical and mental boundaries. And I think she's done that more than once, and I'm sure she's going to share that with us as well. So originally hailing from Central New York and now embracing new adventures in South Carolina, today she joins us to share her insights and experiences to inspire and offer exclusive opportunities to our community. How exciting! So you guys, please join me in welcoming the remarkable Laurie Clark. Laurie, welcome. How are you?
Taking myself off of mute. That usually helps.
Thank you for being here. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
Yes, this is going to be an awesome conversation, and I cannot wait to share your story with our community. So thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It's my pleasure. And I'm so excited. I saw that somebody was watching from the Philippines. How cool is that?
Yeah, we have some from the Philippines. We have some people that we know. Sue Collins is over on Instagram watching us. We actually have 2 in from the Philippines. And Sue
nice.
says, hello, Laurie.
Hi.
All right, over on the Instagram platform. Awesome. So, all right, so let's get started here. I'm just so excited about this. So Laurie, why don't you just get us started by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Well, that was quite the bio. You covered all the ground
Yeah.
in the professional realm, right? I wanted to I felt it more important for people to know first who I used to be. And when I say that, I was very high stress, perfection complex, guilt complex. I worked, 3 jobs at a time, owned several businesses. I, hustled is what they call it, right? That the hustle, and overworked, overtired. I yelled a lot, I'll be honest, back in the day.
Yeah.
And, everything that was not to my benefit, I was. And the reason why I brought this up is because if I can do it, and I'm stubborn as hell, anyone can do it.
Yeah, I love that so much. And you know what? Thank you so much for sharing where you were before, because you know what? I know a lot of the women in this group experience the same thing. And you get to
Exactly.
a point, you get to a point where you have to ask yourself, is this what I want? Or ask yourself what I don't want anymore, right? Because it's not a fun place to be in. And it is possible to get out of that place, right?
Exactly. Because so you and I chatted prior, but 3 years ago, right in the middle of COVID, we finally moved. I always wanted to move south. So that was part of my dream that's been achieved. I just celebrated my first anniversary with my husband, and with 6 years together, that is the
Congratulations.
relationship of my dreams. And now I'm going back into the career of my dreams.
That's amazing. It's amazing. And, that's another thing that I stress here too, is that, I know a lot of women my age who are
Our
on
age.
yes, exactly. Our age. And by the way, Laurie and I went to high school together, and we haven't seen each other in, I don't know how long. So this, uh, reuniting here is just amazing and so much fun. But yes, so we're the same age. But Laurie, some of the women that I know in my circle, and outside of my circle, I've talked to different women, and I've made a lot of new connections, but I have even people in my own family who are my age and are still unfulfilled, and they're still living in that hamster wheel. And so how cool is that for you to start our conversation with the fact that you made a change later in life, right? It's
I made
never
lots of changes.
absolutely, and it's never too late, is it?
Exactly. Not at all. Just
Yeah.
make the decision to get it done.
Absolutely. I'm loving this conversation already. And it's like, yeah, I could talk all day, right?
Right,
So,
exactly. I'm like, an hour, we only have an hour. That's enough.
right, exactly. All right. So, Laurie, we're going to talk about, your diverse background, right? So, your path from the beauty industry to life coaching and holistic therapies is I'm sure that you experience a lot of different things. But so how has this diverse background that you have really shaped your approach to helping women?
So I had to actually think hard about this question in regards to, I'm not sure that the beauty business was anything other than, it was my path to financially provide for my family and career.
Yep. Yeah.
Whereas I feel like the coaching is my complete destiny and purpose.
Mm-hmm. I love
And
that so much.
being in service would probably be the other correlation in taking care of women.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still just in service and just in a different right.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And, we have to go through certain things like being in our careers, right? We have to work for a living. We all have to do it. Maybe we're not totally fulfilled, but it's a stepping stone to getting where we want to be. And thinking about the beauty business, Laurie, I know that you've made a lot of connections, and sometimes, like way back in the day, I don't know about you, but sometimes my hairdresser is my therapist. Right. So
Exactly.
you are helping women. You not only are you helping them, physically and aesthetically or whatever, but I mean, when you're making these connections and you can help one another and be an ear for someone or whatever. Yeah. So, and how you just transitioned out of the beauty business into the coaching, but you took that with you, right? Because it's all
Yes.
a learning lesson. Everything that we do it's kind of like on the job training almost, right?
Yeah, exactly. And most all of it came from aha moments, right?
Oh
So as I
yeah.
said, I started out with the health and fitness coaching, because that was like an avenue for that. What do they call it? Like the side hustle and the extra income. In reality, actually, it was so I could buy stuff for myself.
Well, who doesn't want that, right?
And it kept me accountable, to be honest with you, too. I liked
Yeah.
the whole, if I was going to be the face of fitness and health, I was going to do it and be the face of fitness and health, right? Be the product of the product.
Yeah.
So there
Yes.
was
Yeah, for
that.
sure.
And I happened to be on a webinar one day for the company. And somebody said, because we would host groups where they were challenge groups. I don't know if you've ever been part of one. So that is supposed to keep you accountable, and you report every day, like what you were eating, that you got your exercise or workout in. And people would inevitably fall off, or they'd be like, hey, I went to McDonald's drive-through today. And I'd be like, well, what am I doing wrong for you
Yeah. Yeah.
that I can't, help you with this?
Right.
And so I was on this webinar, and they had said out loud, they're like, it's not about what they're eating. It's about what's eating them. Meaning what was on their mind, what was going on in their life. Right. So I was like, all right, well, let's figure this out.
Yeah.
And that's when I went to work with the strategic intervention.
Yeah. Okay.
To say that much.
Yep.
I don't really use that. So that's funny. But that's what the certification was, because it's a Tony Robbins thing and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what it's labeled, and that's all it is. So, and it's mindset work. And I know we're going to talk about it. That's part of your questions. That's where the NLP comes in. It's all mindset.
Yeah.
So, and then, and working, so it's into a decade now where I've worked with different types of people, right? And essentially too, when people are very close to you, you kind of get a little bit more involved, and you can't necessarily help them. You can't make them want it more. You can't want it for them, right? And somebody finally said to me, not everybody wants to talk. Talking doesn't work for everyone. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I fix this?
Interesting. Wow.
And so that's where the Reiki and the energy work came in, because you really don't have to do anything but relax and take it in.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And you know what? Oh my gosh, I'm writing this down with not everyone likes to talk. And by the way, so in my own trainings and because I have a coach, right? Because coaches need coaches and all that other stuff. But I am actually diving into some mindset work.
I know, I love it.
It's very, very interesting. I love the energy thing and just letting it, I don't know, just taking it in and letting it be, maybe, I guess. But,
so there's more to it, of course.
Oh yeah.
Because everything's made of energy.
Deeper.
And you're right. Yeah, that's, again, we only have an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and the breath work, same. I really am attracted to the holistic side of things.
Yeah.
And because we do get so caught up in our heads, the natural holistic therapies are what assist in that kind of bringing you, just like the breath work, it kind of brings you out of your head into your heart and body, brings you a little bit more calm so you can make better decisions.
Okay.
And kind of be more present with yourself.
Okay. That is so, being present with yourself it's like getting out of your own way, honestly.
With assistance.
Wow. Yeah, for sure. Well, I love that so much. And, and I don't know a lot about energy work, and we're going to get to the NLP thing in the next question. I'm super interested in just hearing a little bit more about that. But first, I just wanted to say, Daryl just said that it's about what is eating them. Light bulb moment for her. So Daryl, yes, isn't that amazing? And
that was huge for me. That set, like, aside from, which we'll get into, the self-care thing was my big spark, my own self-work, right? The self-care, the exercise and working out. So that's that evolution. But when I heard that, I was like, all right, because I want to help. So there's different ways. Not everyone thing appeals to every one person. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Because even for me, sometimes I don't want to talk about things either. I just don't want to. Right. But it's not that I'm not open to it, but geez, it would be nice to try the different angles. And it's nice to know that those
toolkit.
That's so
I love having a toolkit. I can grab this from here and this from there.
Exactly. Yes, we all need toolkits. And give me some comments, you guys. Have you guys ever heard of the energy work, the breath work? Have you? And we're going to dive into the NLP thing. But if you know anything about it, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Tell me what you know about it. So now let's talk about the NLP thing. All right. So just kind of understanding, what that means. What's the role of that in self-care? So Laura, you are trained in it's neuro-linguistic programming. Yes,
that's correct.
Okay.
Before we get into that definition, because I'm so excited to talk about this, and I'm forgetting a few things myself. I wanted everybody to either put in the chat or just write it down in a notebook right now. 3 people that you love and 3 things that are a priority in your life right now. And then we'll get to that later. Look at that smile. Do you know where I'm going headed with that?
Yeah, this sounds great. Well, I'm writing down my 3 things too. So, okay, very cool, you guys. Isn't this awesome? All right, you guys. So give us some love in the comments. Make sure that you're engaging here, and and that you wrote those things down. So it's 3 people that you love, 3 things that are a priority in your life right now. Okay, because this is going to be an interactive session.
Yeah.
All right. So are we ready,
that.
Laurie, to jump into the NLP thing? And
so the NLP, I'm not even going to try to say the word again. That you don't use the whole word, right?
Neuro-linguistic programming.
Also, don't use every technique from it. But it was the first class, the first training I attended, and all this stuff. It's mind blowing when you discover, and you have to wonder why everybody doesn't do it or everybody doesn't know about it. And when I say it, having tools themselves, right? It's equipping ourselves with all of these things so that we can better understand ourselves in the way it works. Because NLP as a whole was explained to me from my teacher just for easy understanding. It's kind of like when your computer needs an upgrade in its software, right? You just plug it in and it receives new information. But it's the information that you want it to have. Because from the time that we were born, we were influenced. We like to think that we think for ourselves, right? Or especially as adults, I make my own decisions and it's my own brain, but we were heavily influenced by our parents and then your teachers. If you went to church, you have all these outside influences, and then you had experiences from teens to adults. All these experiences, especially if they were not good experiences,
right,
kind of get stuck in our nervous system and our psyche. And all of that becomes unconscious thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So with NLP, in regards to being a practitioner of it too, and utilizing it in coaching. Oh, so I just noticed somebody said they're deep in energy and breath work. Yay.
Yeah.
We want to put in the correct information that moves us forward or gives us the best outcome. So a lot of times it's recognizing patterns. As a coach, we have to recognize where people are going, and we have to recognize what they're not saying out loud. What is that unconscious? Because you might express the problem. It's not always the problem.
Right. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Oh my gosh.
And it's crazy to think that most of our brains, and if you've been in any type of personal development, they always talk about the fight or flight, right? That our brains and our bodies are always continuously want to be in that mode for surviving. We don't need that as much anymore. And there's more negative language in our brains than positive. So it actually becomes work to start thinking in more positive language.
Yeah. It's hard work. It really is. Yeah.
Because that's not what we were taught, especially depending on who you were around, right?
Yes. Definitely your circle. It's definitely what your circumstances were. And I did read some information recently that excuse me, children have their values in place by the age of, I think it's either 7 or 9. So those early years are really important, because after that, your values kind of stick with you. And this is through work with some of my other clients where, like when they're going out and teaching in corporate spaces, and they're saying to hire by values instead of skills, because skills can be improved and you cannot change values, right? So that just gives me the chills. But yeah, so and in that study, it was about the age of 9 that those values were instilled in children. So it happens early on. So those early years are so important, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, even honestly, as an adult, when we have those experiences, like I said, especially the unpleasant ones that get stored in us, and then when we have behaviors later in life that we don't even recognize because of those experiences.
Yeah.
So unconsciously, that's how you're behaving and thinking. And one of the biggest things that we use in the NLP is called reframing. Right. So it's how do I take this negative statement or thought and put it towards positive.
Yeah.
In regards to self-care, what you consider about self-care right now probably came from the people you're around as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And especially,
sure.
as you mentioned, women that are caretakers, and it's my job to do as all these people. And so how you're going to behave or go in it, even into this new, especially if it's a new process for you,
Absolutely.
how you're going to go into this is how you think about it. So if I think it's going to take away from my family or from my work, I don't have time, versus if you think, well, I'm not prioritizing it and not making time. And also that self-care is not selfish. It's necessary. And it actually gives us a better outcome, right? If we're happier, everybody around us is happier.
Mm-hmm. It's so true.
And you've heard it before too, fill your cup, right? Those are the buzzwords or the buzz statements that go around. Fill your cup first so that you have it left over for others. Put your oxygen mask on first.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that you can take care of others.
Mm-hmm.
And as entrepreneurs, once you get all this together, and it just becomes, it sounds like it's counterintuitive because you're taking away from work, but you're not. It allows for a clearer mind.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you more energy. People will be attracted to you just based on the energy that you're putting out.
Yeah. I love that so much. Wow.
So it's totally worth it.
It is. It is.
And as you mentioned, there's a wide range of self-care, right?
Oh, there is. There are so many options. I mean, and you don't have to pick just, and you can start with just one, right? You don't have to overwhelm yourself with all this. Oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to start everything at once. I'm going to
start somewhere.
Exactly. And build on it. Yes. And Daryl says the negative talk is all around us. I've heard that for each negative statement, we need to counteract it by saying 5 positives. Ah, yes. Thank you, Daryl. Yeah. Wow. That is amazing. I love the put on your own oxygen mask. And I was just, as you were talking, like a light bulb moment went off for me as well, because I'm doing my mindset work and I just grabbed my mindset workbook. And Laurie, I'm on one of the sections it's a limiting beliefs reframing exercise. So I have to write out my current beliefs and I have to write out my new beliefs. And it just, I just wanted to mention that because it's just, and sometimes you don't know this stuff until you get into this kind of work, right? So ladies in the community here, maybe we don't know that we need the mindset work. Like, when we're kind of limiting ourselves, right? We're saying, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. Or maybe you're comparing yourself with someone else's journey or whatever it is that the limiting beliefs are. But this mindset work is mind blowing.
Game changer.
Like, it is a game changer. What it's done for my own mindset.
They should teach it in schools.
That's all of it.
All
for
the
sure.
things.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right? Because toolkit. Your own toolkit, right?
Yeah,
it's a new way of survival to combat all the other things, the anxieties in the world. And like you said, I can't, which really turns into I can't do that right now.
Exactly. Yes. Right. Yeah. And I am one of those personalities where I want to do everything right now. And like my own business here and the things that I've got going on, I get a little squirrely and the gears are turning and I want to do them. And I have really learned with my mindset work, it's like, you know what? It's okay, because put this over here for now and focus on what it is that you're going to do to serve right now. Right. Exactly. And it's working. It's working for me. Is it, 100%? No, I still get a little squirrely. but
absolutely. They're ingrained in it. That's what I mean about these, familiar spaces, and your brain and body will always go back to what's familiar.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why we have to do the work to recognize it.
Yeah.
And then switch it up, change it.
Absolutely. And I see that Nora just joined us over on Instagram. Hi, Nora. Great to have you here this morning. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. And so that's the neuro-linguistic programming is basically what we're putting into ourselves. That's basically what it is. I love that. I love it.
That's a big fan of reading too.
You are.
It's information that's not, people are used to reading the different novels, right? The books input different information. And especially when you are sick of, when your own voice gets to that negative point, you need a new voice to be able to speak to. You need other people's words sometimes to input that new software. So actually, I knew you were doing the mindset work, and the software thing came to mind for me. So it's almost like you became Jody 2.0, right? Or whatever the newest technology upgrade is.
I'm writing that down right now. I so love that. Jody 2.0. That's right. This is my new version, baby. Exactly. I love that so much. And I also love what you just said about, when the negative voices kind of start seeping in, that you need to give it a new voice. And so through that, we can do maybe some self-help books or something motivational, right? Maybe like
Listening
a podcast.
to the podcasts are huge too, right?
So new books, new podcasts. And of course, we're talking about positive ones, right?
Oh, yes.
Good things. We're feeding ourselves good things.
Yes, I forget that there's
nothing like murder mysteries or whatever. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, what is the criminal, which I know that there's people, if our friend, I won't call her out, but if our friend's on here, I know what she likes to listen to.
Yeah, exactly. Binge watch, right? So funny. So funny. All right. So we're going to move along and we're going to talk about, the breath work, because you had mentioned that. And really the impact, right? What is the impact that breath work provides? So you have recently embarked on your training in breath work, and which is really, it sounds like a really exciting addition to your coaching toolkit, right? So now, as you're exploring and you're learning about this technique, what has really stood out to you about its potential impact on self-care, on our self-development? And could you also give us a small preview or maybe an insight or whatever on how you might integrate this into your future coaching sessions?
I would love to, especially so a funny story, but also I'll tell you the funny story because it's on my brain right at the moment. Oh, that's so. Also, I don't do anything or provide anything that I haven't personally done myself, right? From the mindset work to the Reiki to the breath work. So, and I am on a mission because it feels so amazing and good and it's so healing that I want that for everyone, right?
Yeah.
And the funny story is, though, when I first got into the breath work, and if anybody knows me, like there's people I'm in my highest stress moments of my life. And I used to do a lot more. Like people can tell now that I'm actually really calm because I don't sigh anymore. Like I used to have this huge sigh. I'd be like, and my kids would think, well, what did I do wrong now? Or my husband would think, what did I do wrong? What's the matter? And I'd be like, well, I just forgot to breathe. And he was like, well, who does that? So recently when we got into this work, and I was like, oh, see, my body knew before I did, and it was trying to heal itself. So I was doing a good thing with those sighs.
Yeah.
Which it was half true.
Yeah.
Because my husband had to remind me, no, you weren't breathing. You forgot to breathe. I was like, yes. Yeah. So
yes. So thank you. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out, husband. And actually it's
right.
Because and it's all about self-awareness too, right, Laurie? Because when we're not self-aware and we don't know, what we're actually doing, we can't fix it, right?
Right. So I breathe with purpose now. And what I'm finding out is, as I said, I'm an early student, but there are different techniques of the breath based on the different outcomes that you would like. Right. Okay. So if I'm working with a client and they're in a high anxiety moment, the breath is going to be a little bit different than like what we're going to do in a minute, if it's okay.
Yeah.
To absolutely. Kind of just open up and again, get out of your head and into your body and heart.
I love it. Yes.
Okay, and create like an inner calm. And then I kind of didn't want to do that first. I wanted to, without influencing your answer, after we're done, I kind of would like to know what you received from it or how you felt.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely.
So just take a breath like as you normally would. Just take your average everyday breath. And then when you close your eyes, everybody who's on, if you're in a space that you can do this, of course.
Not driving.
Take a few minutes to close your eyes. Scan your whole body for any tension anywhere. Kind of recognize it. Just let it pass. And then you want to breathe from your belly. Take a deep breath through your nose, from your belly to your chest, and then out of your mouth. Okay? So we're going to go belly, chest, breathe. Now we're going to do it for a second time. Belly, chest, breathe in with your nose and hold it for a count of 4. And then release. One more time. And this time, a very extensive breath through the nose, and then you're going to try and release for as long as you took the breath in. Does that make sense? Okay, so
Yes.
belly, chest. When you're comfortable, open your eyes.
Mm-hmm. So can I go first, Laurie?
Please
All right.
do.
So for me, I'm feeling a sense of calm, and that because I have a lot of things on my plate, right? And almost like I can put those away for a little bit.
That's nice. I
I
love
can
that.
put them to the side and be in the moment. Like I think that I just got the chills from that. It's okay to be in that moment. That
I got
breathing
chills
moment.
from you saying that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm taking away from this, is that be in the moment when you're feeling, whenever I'm feeling anxious or whatever it is that I'm feeling that I don't like a negative feeling or something. Maybe try this breath work and just release
That's
it.
why it works in high anxiety moments too. That actually brings your focus out from those feelings.
Yeah.
And focus on yourself and presence in the moment.
Yeah. I love that so much. All right, you guys, did anybody try this? I would love to see what you have to say about that. What did you feel? What did that bring for you? What did that breath work do? We want to know in the comments.
It's almost like a hug for your heart and your insides.
Yes. I love that. I love that, because we need to hug ourselves, right?
And it doesn't take but a couple minutes.
Exactly. So many, and that's the thing too, is that we're rushing around all the time doing all the things, and we think that we don't have time for certain things. Right?
But that's why it's a holistic therapy too, though, is because it is your body. It's the natural ability to heal itself.
I love that so much. And I don't know if my daughter Emily is on right now, but she's into the holistic thing. So if you're not here, Em, you're going to definitely have to catch the replay. And I just had someone say, I love breath work. I know it just seems really super amazing. And then somebody just raised their hand. I can't see your name on stream.
I know. I was just thinking that myself.
But yes, awesome.
Oh, I love that. Daryl says she has a bedtime meditation. I love that.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Bedtime is a great time to do that. And over here on Instagram, we have Nora. She said, yes, I felt like relief and less weight on me. Yeah, Nora.
That lightness, that weightlessness. I love it.
And then in here in the group, I love it. I love the feeling when I open my eyes. You just hugged yourself. Yes. I love that. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Laurie.
So exciting, right?
Thank you for that exercise. Yeah, it is exciting because, again, as entrepreneurs and women and mothers and wives and partners and things like that, it's just it's so easy to get lost and just not, take the moments for ourselves. And I see your heart right back. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Breath work. That's amazing. And so you're going to be obviously using these techniques when you're in your coaching program. That's really
Absolutely.
cool.
100%.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm so excited for that. So, all right, let's talk about challenges and how we can really integrate self-care into whatever it is that we're doing. So, and how you have really integrated self-care. And I see Emily just joined. Hi, Emily. We were just talking about holistic stuff, and I don't know if your ears were burning or not, but
so here's what I love, that she's got this down young.
Yeah, exactly. Did you hear that, Emily?
I love that.
Yes. She's young, and she's really, and I'm very, very proud of her as well, Laurie, because she's really, really being an advocate for herself and she is investing in herself. She is investing in programs. She's investing in,
Perfect.
and it's not easy to go and spend the money or the time to do that, but and she also wants to help other girls and women. And so yeah, it's very exciting. And you'll hear my little
Well, it starts
grandpa.
with us, right?
Exactly. It sure does. Yeah, it really, really does. It does start with us. So Laurie, you've really embraced some significant challenges. And I mentioned this when I introduced you, but you've walked on hot coals, you've done the Tough Mudder, you've done a lot of different things. And can you tell me how doing things like these types of experiences can really reflect on self-care, and what kind of lessons can we learn from them, and what lessons maybe did you take from these experiences? Because these are like, I mean, walking on hot coals. I'm like, first of all, when I've seen your photos of that, and like when you were just about to go on or something like that, and I saw the line of the coals and they were on fire or whatever, I was like, oh my
Well,
gosh.
last time I built the fire, that was huge.
Oh,
That was
wow.
exciting. The last time, that was actually us behind the scenes building the fire and doing coals. So that was like super cool for me this last trip.
Oh, for sure.
Being
Yeah.
part of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a whole branch of what the meaning is for others, which is why people do it, right? So you create your own meaning behind it, and then
Yeah.
it's that overcoming part of the challenge.
Yeah.
But as a general rule, I like to put myself in uncomfortable situations, and it builds resiliency. And as far as like the personal care goes, like you're less likely to be able to achieve if you're not already taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
But I purposely do that. And then so you always have that to think back on. Hey, I did that before. I'm in a tough spot right now. And if you ask me, life is a lot tougher than those things that I accomplished or did, right? Those are easy.
Yeah.
Life is the
Absolutely.
tough part. But
Yeah.
then I remind myself that I can do hard things.
Oh my gosh, can we ever? And the cool thing is to look back at that and be able to say, oh, I wish I would have done that.
Or that I thought I couldn't.
Right.
Right?
But
I was
no.
very much a girly girl forever. And I like to prove other people wrong, and I like to
Yeah.
surprise people too. Right? So I'm like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, for
Right?
sure. Yeah. And now you can say, I did it. You don't have to say, oh, I
Exactly.
wish I would have done that, or I wanted to do that, but yeah, for sure. So
And I want to inspire others.
yes, it's definitely very inspiring, for sure. Cause it's like, wow, I wonder if I could walk on hot coals. And I do love how you said about putting yourself in uncomfortable positions, because I talk about that in my trainings as well. You have to be uncomfortable to grow, right? Let's talk about going live here. My first couple of lives when I came on here, do you think I was feeling a little intimidated, a little nervous, a little bit of what do you call it? Imposter syndrome, whatever you want to call it, self-limiting beliefs. Nobody cares. I look terrible, whatever. I could come up with every excuse in the book, and it was uncomfortable. And
how do you feel now?
yeah,
Not to put you on the spot, but I can.
I feel better about it. I feel, because you know why? Because I do. It's helped build my confidence. Do I still get a little bit of jitteries? Sometimes I do. I'm speaking on Saturday in a summit.
Yay.
Do I feel a little jittery about it? I do feel a little bit, but I still feel confident because I've done it. I know I can do it. I'm probably going to be a little bit nervous before I go on, but I think everybody feels that way. And if you're not feeling a little bit uncomfortable, then you're not pushing yourself. So yeah, for sure. But you have, being uncomfortable is not a bad thing, right?
Well, that's what, so everybody's always looking for confidence, right? And there's confidence trainings and there's all these things. What my most recent mentor, because I've had several over the years, obviously, has taught me, and that I use now with my clients. So courage comes before confidence.
Yeah.
Because I always used to use confidence as a practice, right? It's a practice. It's continuously doing it. It's like you said with your lives, over and over again, until you feel confident to do it.
You have to keep doing
courage
it.
Comes before confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
Putting yourself out there and, again, getting it done.
Yeah.
Even if it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. And practice makes progress, right? I never say practice makes perfect, because we'll never be perfect.
Practice makes progress. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So just keep doing it, even if you're uncomfortable, and you know what? And I've done some things that I'm like, oh geez, like on some of my lives or whatever, I've made some exactly. And I was even considering, I was like, should I take that live down? And I'm like, nope, because that's the real me. And it's okay, because we're all imperfectly perfectly imperfect. And Laurie is the best. Yes, she is. Who is that? I need to know.
I was going to say, if I had to guess, it's Kim Doyle. I bet you. But
Awesome.
one of our friends, I'm sure.
Awesome. I love it. I was going to, so Kim's on the list and I was thinking of a couple of others myself, but yeah, yes, Laurie is the best. I'm so glad that you guys are here.
She's just one of those cheerleaders, and I can think of a couple other people that mentioned that too. Like our friends, but we need our friends for the boost of confidence.
Right. We definitely need our friends, and we need our business besties. And so again, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's rolling in here, because we still have some watchers on Instagram, and this is a really great
for joining us.
Yes, thank you, you guys. Your engagement here is so much appreciated, and this material that I'm bringing on, I love bringing on Laurie. I love bringing on experts, because of course I can't know everything, right? And
no one can.
Yeah, right, exactly. So that's why I love bringing on people who can tell us their experiences. But Fulton grads, LOL. I wonder. Yeah, right? I have an idea now, Laurie.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. All right. So let's talk about our focus today. It's putting you on your schedule, right? And you and I kind of talked about this, how we wanted to, what we wanted to talk about today, because it's really important to both of us. So what are some effective, practical self-care strategies that busy women can really incorporate into their lives that they can take away today?
Right. So let's start with the question that I asked. And if you're comfortable, go ahead and put it in the chat. And I'm going to, because obviously can't keep track of all of it now, and I will go back and look later as well.
Yes.
So I don't know if you wanted to share yourself, Jody, or if you already know where we're headed and you kind of cheated.
Yeah. Well, I did not cheat, but so I am going to say, three people that I love. I'm going to say I'm going to put my daughters. I love my husband too. Honey, I love you if you're here, but I can only pick three. So I have Jessica Marvin, Emily Marvin, and Hannah Marvin. And the three things that are a priority in my life is serving other women, helping them overcome, some of the struggles that they have in a specific area, which is, I want to train them to be able to have time freedom and financial freedom, because I've been there before. Especially when I had little kids, and it was hard. So that's one of my priorities. Self-care is another one of my priorities, because I don't, right now I'm in the season where I'm doing a lot of coursework. I'm working with my coach. I'm trying to build my business. I'm trying to help other women. So sometimes the self-care gets put on the back burner. So I really need to do a reset in regards to that. So that would be my second one.
Oh, I did see. So, yep. I love Daryl. Is it Daryl that is the name? Sometimes they do backwards. So
yes. Yep. And then the third one, the third priority in my life would be being present with my family, and just more family time.
I love that. Yeah. So, I love all those. And kudos to you for putting yourself on the list, in the second list.
Yeah.
Right. So as women in general, the question is posed, how long would it take you if I gave you 5 options, if I gave you 10 options? How long would it take you to put yourself on the list?
Right. Yeah. Now, are you asking
both categories?
Okay.
How long would it take you to name yourself that you love?
Yeah. So
and I made my shirt for you today too. That's part of it. It's love the shit out of yourself.
Love the shit out of yourself. I love that. I love that so much. That's right. Exactly. We all need one of those shirts. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. And so basically, Laurie, so if you don't mind me expanding upon what you just asked me, so it's putting a plan in place, right? So I just told you what the 3 things that I love, the 3 things that are my priorities, and how do you get there, right? And I don't know if you're going to cover this later, if you want me to just kind of, but I mean, you have to have some kind of a plan, because you're not going to accomplish it all at once, right?
Right. So, well, first, again, especially because both of us we work on that mindset, right? So, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You have to know that you deserve it and you're worth it.
Yeah.
Know it in your heart and your head, because we sometimes have that, like I said, whatever our upbringing was, whatever our previous thoughts were about self-care, and my kids need me, and whatever else you're saying to yourself when you put yourself first and all the other things we talk about. Yeah. Right. So know it.
Yeah.
And then schedule it. This is why you called it, put it on your agenda, right?
Yeah.
Schedule it. And I'm going to talk. So I know, so By the way, when you ask me one thing, that's really hard for me. Just for future reference, because I have my little list of some of the questions that we were talking about,
Okay,
right?
Laurie, then you know what? I will be
So hard for me.
specificity will be, yes, my top priority.
So I'm going to go into there's that actual item right in a minute, but so it's putting yourself on the list, but you have to pick a date too. You can't say I'm going to do it next week. It's going to be Monday, or I'll start. You pick a date.
Yeah.
And say that's what, and then you create what we call non-negotiables.
Yeah.
So when my husband and I first met too, and it's okay. When I first started the self-care thing, people will think you lost your mind. So it's good to communicate it to others prior. Right? What is this new person? What is this deal?
I don't know if I like that too much, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I need my sleep. I'm going to bed early because I need my sleep. It's a priority. And I function better, and you're going to be happier for it because I'm going to be happier.
Yeah.
And I need my workouts because it makes me happy. And I will be miserable. Like I'll drive it home. This is what you don't want, right? If I don't,
I will be miserable, and I will be doing breath work all day long. So look,
I will sigh on you.
I need my workouts.
I will. So you have to make it a non-negotiable in your world.
Yeah, for sure.
So I have on my list too, which we're talking about all the actual items and how to do it, and even the breath work. Use your smartphone for good and not evil. And what I mean by that is you can set alarms to remind you.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can.
You can set your limit to take that 5-minute breath work, right? That a brief meditation to close your eyes, just be still in, either the quiet or put on some relaxing music, right?
Yeah.
Get up and stretch, walk around.
For sure.
All this, because you think, again, counterintuitive, you think, I'm going to sit here for hours on end, and I'm going to get this work done, and then I'm going to work overtime. No, that's what self-care is, boundaries.
Yeah.
You're going to stick to your non-negotiable. These are my work hours. And I say that, see that look? These are my work hours. This is when I'm available. And our little smartphone, and I already did this today, I don't know if you notice, and if I'm going to go into a morning meditation and I have my self time, if you scroll down, there's a little do not disturb button on there. That means you'll still get text.
Yeah.
You'll still get your messages and your voicemail, but it's not going to interrupt your me time.
Yeah.
That you're so deserving of.
I love that.
And like I said, sometimes it takes communication. Sometimes we have to let people know, and put it into a routine, right? Routine always helps us with everything. Just like brushing your teeth. So if you put it in a routine, you're more likely to get it done.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So ladies, if any of you are already doing a routine for self-care, I'd love to know. Tell us what you're doing.
I love, so like Daryl said, her evening meditation.
I love that.
It's part of herself right now, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, and then don't start lying to yourself in excuses, right? It's going to become a practice for 30 days at the very least. Don't automatically, this isn't working. I don't feel any better. We have to give it a try. And now there are people that will say, like, didn't like that workout. That's fine. There are what we call soulmate workouts. There's something for everyone.
Right.
Find something else to move your body.
Exactly. Find something else that works for you. Find another meditation that works for you. Find another breath work technique that works, whatever that thing is that, yeah.
Oh, somebody says 30 minutes of quiet time in the morning. I love that. And they said, I am up to, which means they started small.
Yeah.
And increased. Just like you do weights. You start small, 5 pounds, 10 pounds the next time, more reps, whatever that looks like. But you have to start.
Yeah, for sure. And then I have over here on Instagram, Nora says meditation 3 times a day, stretches and workouts. That's awesome, Nora. I love that.
She must be pretty chill. We need to be friends.
Yeah. I'll have to connect you two. Nora is actually, she is one of my students, and she is amazing. She's doing amazing things. That. And I will be, she's in the health and wellness industry. And I'll be sharing some exciting things for Nora.
Yep, I need that.
She's doing a great job. She is doing a great job. So we have meditation, breath work, journaling. Pilates has been my routine. I love that. And then starting with 7 minutes. That is perfect. That is per 7 minutes. I mean, anybody can do something in 7 minutes, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not like it's taking your whole day up, right? So,
and then you look forward to it.
yeah,
Eventually, it
exactly.
becomes who you are.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So let's talk about, did we talk about that though? Or did we cover it? So, because my last thing I was going to ask you is an action item. What is the one golden nugget that the women in our community here can really walk away with today? And what can they go and implement into their daily lives to carve out time for themselves? So we already talked about scheduling it.
Right.
Yeah.
So start with 3 things and ask yourself, what can I do for myself that would make the most impact on my life?
Yeah. Okay.
And then write down 3 things. Usually, I love the 3s, 3 or 5, whatever. And then narrow it down to 1, because especially they call it what they have push goals, right? That one thing usually can assist with the other 2, right?
I love that. Okay.
And then you're going to, and it's usually the one that you're avoiding the most.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to put it on a 3x5 card.
Yep.
And then you're going to stick it in front of, on your desk or on your refrigerator or wherever you're going to see it the most. I have to get back to my 5 a.m. workouts. Since we did all the things, I just have gotten out of it. And I know, again, I'm a much happier person when I get my workouts in, right?
Yeah.
And 5 a.m. for me is I know I'm going to get it done without interruption. That's not going to be for everyone. I get that. And I'm very much a morning person. And then I also because, we're overachievers, or like to think we are. And I put even the way it makes me feel.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I took those little extras and put it on so that I'm more likely to do it, because it's encouraging those feelings. How do I want to feel on a regular basis?
Yeah, for sure. And Anne over on Instagram says she's loving yoga. I love that.
Yoga is amazing, especially, it's got the calm, and it's got everything. You got your core balance and the stretching that we all need, throughout the rest of our lives. It's going to make for healthier adults. And it's like almost like a meditative practice as well, depending on which yoga and what you have going on.
For sure. And the first time I went to yoga, I was like, well, they give you blankets and you lay down at the end? I'm in. For sure. All right. That is awesome. I love that, you guys. I am going to definitely try that. I have some 3x5 index cards here. And if you don't have them, use a sticky note, right? Or use a piece of paper, whatever it is you got to do. So
the bigger, the better. I almost bought a 4x4 card yesterday or something, but yeah. And then, limit your screen time. Oh, for sure. I wrote down a bunch of stuff because, again, I know we only have an hour. And one of the questions is, a simple actionable step for the community that was effectiveness, right? To make their business more effective. So if you are your brand and your brand is you, if you make yourself more effective, yeah. What's the outcome?
Exactly.
Right. And then, but my advice, including, it's something I have to remind myself on a regular basis. I love all the interviews that you do, right? And when people tune in and you get your golden nugget, as soon as you get off the call, you take that action and you do it right then. Yeah. You don't wait, because then you have the opportunity to be talked out of it by yourself usually. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. And that just what I'll do too is I'm going to do some posts in the group afterwards. Just some inspirational things. Just say, have you created your card? I'll give you guys some reminders. Okay. Because there's always homework. That's the best. That's right. You got that right. Okay. That is amazing. Thank you so much for that. I am so excited that we're actually coming away with some actionable items that we can take here, you guys. So, I mean, Laurie has really given us some really great tips, and her story is amazing. And actually, Laurie has a gift for all of us, who, especially for those of us that have stayed on till the end. So, Laurie, do you want to let us know what's going on? What's that? Oh, so I'm actually gifting 3 coaching sessions completely complimentary as my gift to those today.
Wow.
So what I would appreciate is a like and a follow on my pages, which I think you had somewhere, either linked in the group. So
Yes.
Instagram and
yes,
Facebook, and then DM me or private message me, because not everybody will want that coaching. That's fine.
Right. Okay.
Go ahead and put in the chat the coaching, and then we'll pick the 3 winners by the end of the week. I can put it in the chat if you want to. I'll let everyone know, to give everybody time to go ahead and like those socials, and then we'll go ahead and pick a winner for the 3. Also, I have it very specific for your people only. If you put a DM me and then say, I'm in the collective, and there's a specific coaching offer for that, and I will message back the offer.
That is amazing. Laurie, thank you so much. That is so generous. How exciting. And I am actually posting your,
Thank you.
I am posting your Facebook page. Let me see. Oh, there we go. And Raga is posting it as well. Thank you so much. My team is posting all of your information here. We have Laurie on Facebook. We have Laurie on Instagram. I'm connected with her. You can go look her up. It's Laurie Strough Clark on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go give her a friend request, follow her, because she has some amazing work that she's going to be doing with women and helping women. And I'm just so excited about it. And I'm so thrilled that she was here. And Laurie, thank you so much again.
Thank you so much for asking.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time out, because I mean, I know that we're all busy. We all have things going on. So, man, this is it's just invaluable, really. So awesome. Thank you so much again. And you know what, Laurie, we would love to have you come on again sometime. And
love that. Like I said, we could talk. I could talk for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, so could I. So we'll definitely have to do this again. And awesome. Thank you so much, Laurie.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. We'll see you soon.
You have a fantastic day.
You too, Laurie. Thank you. All right. Oh my goodness, you guys. OMG, she is amazing. I have written a lot of things down here. I'm going to be coming in the feed afterwards in the next few days this week, reminding you of some of the things that we should be doing as far as taking care of ourselves, because if we don't take care of ourselves, then ain't nothing going to happen. Nobody's going to come and do it for us, right? We have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our mind, our bodies, whatever it is that you're going through right now. Of course, I don't know what that is. I can't speak to that, but, just work on yourself because that's what we need to do. We need to work on our mindsets, and I'm actually doing that right now. I'm doing that in my class, and it's done wonders for me. So I encourage you to do the same thing. And that's about it for today. That's going to wrap it up. I do have a couple of announcements. So this Saturday, I am going to be speaking at the Badass Queen Women's Empowerment Summit. And there's going to be 6 other amazing speakers at that summit. I will be going on stage at 2 p.m. So I would love some love from you. I would love your support. If you want to just come and just give me a little bit of support and watch what I've got going on. I'm going to be speaking for 30 minutes. I'm so excited about this opportunity. And so I have that coming up. Next week, I have another guest coming on. And her name is Amy Sedatoli. And I think I pronounced her last name correctly, but she'll be my guest next week, next Wednesday at 10 a.m., of course, here on Coffee and Entrepreneurship with Jody. And I think we're going to be talking about the money part. Amy is an accountant, and she's going to be talking about, how to handle your money when you're an entrepreneur and all the things like that. So, alrighty. And I think that is it for today. Oh, I also have my masterclass coming up. For any of you ladies out there who are aspiring to be a virtual assistant, I have an amazing masterclass coming up. It's on March 7th. It's at 7 p.m. in the evening. So after work, hopefully you can all catch that. It's free. You can just kind of explore whether or not becoming a virtual assistant is for you, talking about your skills, what skills you already have, things like that. So there's a lot of exciting things coming up. I'm excited about it. I hope you can join me there. And thank you again for tuning in. You guys are amazing. I'm so glad to be here serving this community. And it really means a lot to me that you're supporting. So thank you guys so much. And you guys have an awesome day. I will see you soon. Bye.